Hello friends, welcome to my channel Textile Gyan. I am Prakash Kude, Assistant Professor in ML Textile Engineering College, Pilwara. Today we'll basically talk about the texturizing process. In 1950s, a new branch of textile industry that is your texturizing of your continuous filament yarn. And it has been become successful, although at the time it was more common to talk about the bulk yarn, stretch yarn and crimp yarn. The word textile and texture have the same root, although and the development of this texture is very much interesting. The minute molding of the surface and the consequent work to the texture is closest to the meaning of your yarn texturizing, and it has been applied to the useful art of the textile industries. A yarn composed of long parallel filament which are lightly twisted or interlaced to give a coherence will form a dense smooth fabric with minimum textured features. The first woven nylon was excellent for the parachute fabrics but unsatisfactory for the shirt, although for a short time it was sold for this use. For natural filament, silk, which is one of the most expensive and luxurious of traditional fiber, which has the triangular shape of the filament. The variability in the cross section and physical properties of this material gives a substantial texture and attractive feel and handle. The first response which was used for the texturizing was to cut the filament into the short length and spin the yarn on cotton or woolen machinery. It was also proved possible to cause the uncoagulated liquid core of viscose rayon to burst out of the skin and give bicomponent fibers, which simulated the crimp of wool. Nevertheless, there was a challenge to inventor to find a way to avoid the route of cutting and disorganizing this filament and then reorganizing this staple fiber in spun yarn. So now we'll see what is the basic concept of your texturizing. So if you talk about the texturizing is a treatment in which the filament are distorted to give a loop, coil, or curl, or crimp along their length to gain the increased bulkiness, porosity, and elasticity in the substitution. So ultimately, the texturizing a treatment which has been given to the filament yarn to form a loops, curliness, or crimpiness in the along the length of your yarn that will ultimately improve. So main objective of your texturizing is to increase your bulkiness, porosity or softness and elasticity in the some situations. Now from this figure we can see that not only in 1950s there are only the bulk yarn which has been manufactured, but before that there has been reported that in 1959 symposium book by the Ray in 1960s, they have seen that the four chapters which has been discussed on the fall twist yarn, edge crimp yarn, stopper box yarn, and the air textured yarn. So in this figure, we can see that the first yarn which has been made, that is stretch yarn by the fall twist technique, and the second is your edge crimping, but the yarn which has been made with the edge crimping technique. Fourth one is your multi-filament yarn, and third one is your multi-filament yarn. Sorry, and the fourth one is your stopper box yarns, and fifth one is your air textured yarn. Now you see what is the basic principle of your texturizing process. After drawing, we know that the drawn yarns are bound with or without twists into the package. For many applications, the flat yarn are textured in order to gain the bulkiness, porosity, softness, and elasticity in some situations. Mostly, in case of texturizing process, we need to use the thermoplastic filament has been used. Initially we need to break the interfiber bonds and reform during texturizing process. So there are three steps by which a filament yarns has been textured. The first step is to distort the filament in the yarn so that the interfiber bonds has been broken, and the twisting or other means has been used to distort this filament. So for initially the first step is we need to distort the filaments. How you can distort this filament? That can be by your twisting method. The second step is we need to apply the heat to the yarns, which will ultimately breaks this bond between your polymers, and that will ultimately allowing your filament to stay crisp. So, and the last step is to cool that yarn in distorted state to enable the new bond formation between your polymers. When yarn has been untwisted or otherwise it has been released from its distorted state, the filament remains in coil or cream condition. So in this figure we can see that initially this untextured filament, we need to do the apply the twist so that it has been distorted the filament. Next we need to apply the heat to this filament, and after the application of your heat, we need to do the cooling in that distorted state to enable them into form the new bond between the polymers. And we need next is we need to do the untwisting of this filament. So after that we'll get the texturized filament, which will be higher in bulkiness, softness, and these are the properties you will get in the texturized filament. So what are the basic for advantage the texturized yarn exhibits? The first is your bulkiness, higher bulkiness. Second is it will have the greater water absorbability. Third is increased warmth. Fourth R is your good draping capability or capacity. Fifth is your better air permeability because of this crimpiness and this bulkiness. And fifth one is better dimensional stability of that filament. Fourth, next is your higher covering power. Next is your higher hygienic characteristics, and at the last we have the pleasing hand and the appearance. Now we'll see what are the disadvantages of this texturized yarn. Because it is much more bulkier and softer, it has the high hairiness problem. At the same time, the strength is also less, and it is very less resistance to your abrasions. So these are the disadvantages of your texturized yarns. So what are the different methods of the texturizing? In earlier my first slides we have seen that there are in 1960s there are different methods has been used for the texturizing, producing these yarns of the texturizing methods. The first method is your fall twist coiling method. Next is your stopper box crimping method. The fall twist texturizing methods is normally nowadays has been used in the most of the applications. Next is your stopper box crimping. Third is your air jet texturizing, and fourth one is your knit deknit crimping method, and the final method is your gear crimping method. So thank you so much guys. I hope you understand the basic principle of your texturizing method. What are the how the texturizing has been applied by the three basic concept steps, and what are the advantage and disadvantage of this texturizing. At the final we have seen the different methods of texturizing. In my next video we'll see the fall twist coiling method and the other stopper box crimping method. So till that, stay tuned to my channel. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe my channel. Also like, share and comment on this video.